everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'll be showing you how I create this beautiful look. I really like how it turned out and I used almost all of Huda Beauty products. So some of them I used for the first time, so it will be my first impressions. And if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. So first of all, I'm starting with applying Farsali Rose Gold Elixir, which is 24 karat gold infused beauty oil to my lips, just to soften them and hydrate them. So now I'm using NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Vanilla and Beauty Blender, just to apply it to my lids and prime my eyes. So for my eyes today, I'll be using the new Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions. So this is how the palette looks like. It has 9 gorgeous shades, some are mattes and some are shimmers. And because there is no transition shade in this palette, I'll be using Desert Dusk palette for my transition shade. So this is the palette that I'll be using today for my transition shade only, and it is a Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. So first of all, I'm taking shade Desert Sand from Desert Dusk palette, and I'm using brush by Morphe, which is M504. So this will help to prime that concealer and create a smooth canvas for eyeshadow application. So now I'm taking shade Eden and I'm applying it with the same brush. I'm applying it only to my lid. So with the same Morphe brush M504, I'm applying this bright purpley shade all over my crease, and there is no shades name with this palette, which kinda what I didn't like. And on the same way, you can just create your own eyeshadow names. So I'm just slightly tapping it into eyeshadow palette and I'm starting to apply it to my crease. So this is I want to be on the top of the look that I'm going for today, and this is kind of the palette that I decided to pick up because even though I do like other eyeshadow palettes that came from Obsession collection, this one kind of like screamed to me and really boosted my creativity and wanted me to create gorgeous eyeshadow looks. And also I don't have this many kind of like bright eyeshadows in my collection, so I decided that it will be a great eyeshadow palette to pick up. So far I really like this palette. I think the pigmentation is very beautiful and eyeshadows are very easy to apply and there is no actually fallout at all. So now I'm taking a more precise brush and it is by Morphe, it's M433, and I'm dipping in that beautiful shimmer purple eyeshadow and I just want to apply it kind of underneath that bright pink. So I'm going just kind of like underneath, kind of in transition between my crease and my lid. And you can see again, pigmentation is very beautiful. I didn't wet my brushes, so this is all the dry application of eyeshadows. So now I'm grabbing MAC brush number 239 and I'm just dipping into that beautiful turquoise shade. It is also shimmery shade and I just want to apply it all over my lid. So you can see how pigmented these eyeshadows are. So let's just do the same to another eye. So now I'm taking the Morphe brush M433 that we used previously and I just want to blend the edges of all of the 3 eyeshadows that we applied. So I didn't want to have any sharp lines. I want to have kind of like more a soft application and a smooth transition between eyeshadows. So now I'm taking Philosophy Purity Cleanse and Wipes and I just want to remove all the fallout that we have underneath my eyes. So that matte shade didn't have any fallout, but you can see there is a slight fallout from the shimmery shades. I really like to use these wipes to clean underneath my eyes, and you can see how easy it is to just kind of like sharp that outer corner and to clean out the edges. So now I'll be applying foundation and I will be using Huda Beauty new foundation, which is Faux Filter Foundation, and I really hope that I got my shade right this time. So I got one in a shade Toasted Coconut 240N. So this is how the foundation looks like, and I also like that it came with moisturizing makeup base, like you got a sample of it in a package. So this one is a Complexion Perfection pre-makeup base, which is kind of primer that goes just underneath your foundation. So I already was using foundation one time, but it wasn't my shade. So this time I will be using it with a primer, and I also will be using Beauty Blender to apply it. So you can see how it looks like. It's more kind of like looking like a moisturizer. So I know some people complained about the scent of this primer as well as foundation, but as for me, I don't think it's an overpowering smell. I think it has just a very tiny light scent of roses, which I like actually a lot because it just reminds me of all of those luxury brands like Chanel, Dior and Yves Saint Laurent, and I really like it. So I'm just smoothing it out and kind of like applying it to all my face. So now I can really smell those roses way more. I think if someone is kind of like very sensitive to smell, you will not like it, but I don't mind it at all. I kind of like it a lot actually. So I'm just will be applying just one spritz to my beauty blender, and I already know that it's a very full coverage. And I actually switched it to MAC 170 brush, a foundation brush, because I want to try it with a foundation brush as well. And you can see it's really a full coverage foundation, so it covers everything. One more just for my forehead. So now I'm taking my beauty blender and I'll be blending my foundation, just going all over my face. So this will take out all the excess of foundation that you applied. If let's say you over applied it, and also if you have any wrinkles, it will also take that excess of foundation from it, and it will really create a smooth canvas. So don't forget to go underneath to your chin and also your neck. So my first impression of this foundation, it really gives you a full coverage. It also was very easy to apply and you don't need much just to cover your full face. I also was wearing it before, so I can tell that it wears beautifully throughout the whole day, and also at the end of the day you will look as flawless as in the morning. So now we'll be working with my under eyes, and I'll be applying same NARS Soft Matte Complete Coverage Concealer in Vanilla shade, and also use a Beauty Blender Mini. So I'm kind of like dabbing it underneath my eyes and also going it along that cutted outer corner of my eyes. I'm also dragging it a little bit underneath and going it slightly to my side of my nose. And then I'm just dabbing it all over and blending out that concealer. So now I'm taking Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette and also Morphe Brush number M438, and I will be setting out my under eyes. And I'll be using shade Lyric right in the middle. So I'm really kind of like going in a swiping motion and kind of like rolling motion underneath my eyes. So this way you will set up that concealer, and also it will prevent that concealer from creasing in the fine lines that you may have underneath your eyes. So now we'll be finishing underneath my eyes, and I will be using the same Electric Obsessions palette as well as Morphe Brush number E36. So I will be using all the shades that we used on the top of my eyes, and I'll be going on kind of like the same way and applying them underneath my eyes. So first of all, I'm starting with applying that bright pink shade. Now with the same brush, I'm taking that bright shimmery purpley shade and I'm going very close to my lash line. And now I'm taking a clean Morphe brush M441 and I'm just blending all the shades together. And now I'm taking another Morphe brush from Eyeshadow Kollection and I will be applying the beautiful turquoise shade just very close to my lower lash line. And again, I'm taking that Morphe M441 brush and I'm just will be blending all the shades together. For my inner corners, I want to use the Winter Highlighter Palette, which is a Winter Solstice by Huda Beauty. And I will be using this shade Arctic Glow. So So now I'll be contouring my face and I'll be using my all-time favorite KKW Beauty contour set in medium. So I'm just starting on the top of my ear and kind of going close to my mouth. So I like to leave 2 fingers on both sides from my mouth. I like to go from the bottom of my ear and kind of like cutting the cheek. And doing the same from another side from the bottom of my ear, going down. Applying it a little bit above my brows. And also it's very great to contour your nose. So now I'm taking KKW Beauty brush that came with this kit and I will be blending out this contour. And now I'm just taking my beauty blender and I will be blending out all the edges. So you don't want to really kind of like move your contours that you just did. I'm just slightly dabbing it to the edges of that contour. And now I'm using the pointy side to work on my nose. And I'm kind of like dragging it down. Be very careful when you're working near your brows so you don't ruin those brows that you already worked on. And to set that contour, I will be using KYLIE Cosmetics Koko Kollection Face Palette as well as MORPHE Brush number M437. And now I'm taking MAC 134 brush, which is my favorite, just to blend everything together. And now I'm using the same Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette and MORPHE brush number E41 just to apply that lyric shade to my forehand and also to highlight my face. So this will help offsetting out that foundation whenever we apply it and just help us to kind of like brighten out our face and to apply the highlighting shade. So now I will be using 3D highlighting palette by Huda Beauty. And the shades that I got, it is a Golden Sand edition. So this is highlighting palette, but you can see that it has 4 different shades of highlighters, and one of them, which is right here, Fiji, it is actually a creamy highlighter that you can just apply it as your base and it will be turning into powder, and then you can apply Seychelles highlighter on top as your regular highlighter, and also this more bronzy shade can be applied underneath your cheek just to really sculpt out your face, as well as this shade can be applied as your blush. So in this way you can create this really 3D effect, and this is exactly what I want to try out and do today. So I will be using this palette for the first time. I'm very excited and I can't wait to see what results I can achieve, and also I will share my first impressions. So I'm taking MORPHE M510 brush and I'm just dipping it into a Fiji shade and I'm just applying it on the top of my cheeks as a base. Now I'm taking Seychelles, which is a highlighter, and I'm just applying it on top of that base. So now I'm taking shade Tahiti and I just want to apply it underneath to kind of like sculpt my cheek. And you can see that this sculpted my cheeks more precise and made my contour even more beautiful. And now I'm using the shade ZANZIBAR as my blush. So I'm kind of like applying it between the highlighting and also that sculpting shade. And you can see it created a real 3D dimensional highlighting, sculpting and blushing your face with this beautiful palette. And I also want to use the shade Seychelles, which is a highlighter, and just apply it on the center of my nose as well as to my cupid bow. So now I'll be finishing up my eyes, which I completely forgot about, and I'll be using Kat Von D Tattoo liner in the shade Trooper as my eyeliner, and I will be using Huda Beauty eyelashes, which is Farah number 12 Faux Mink lashes. So this is my first time ever using Huda Beauty lashes, and I can tell you that probably I just found my favorite pair of lashes. I really like how fluffy they are and they're very dramatic, and this is kind of what I was going for. I also want to use this Winter Solstice palette to highlight my brow bone. I want to use one of the shade which is Winter Rose, and this is this beautiful rosy shade. And I'm using brush from MAC number 219 to highlight my brow bone. And I really think that this brought this look together, and I really like how my eyeshadow look turned out. And to set my face, I will be using TATCHA Dewy Skin Mist. And for my lips, I will be using Huda Beauty Contour and Strobe Lip Set in the shade Muse and Angelic. So first of all, I'm lining my lips with lip liner in the shade Muse. And I also like to fill in my lips with lip liner. And on top, I'm applying Liquid Matte Lipstick by Huda Beauty in the shade Muse. And to finish my lips, I'll be using Huda Beauty Lip Strobe in the shade Angelic. And this is my finished look. I really like how it turned out. I'm really liking all of the products that I used today. I'm very obsessed with Huda Beauty products. They are amazing quality, and I really like everything that I picked up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!